Hey guys, Richard at Ryden's Room here, and doing my latest review. This is for the third Saga Larten Crepsley book, Palace of the Damned. I'm trying to avoid any glare. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, as I was saying in my previous video, when I was younger, I actually found this book 2 to be the weakest one, but having read them again recently, I found book 2 to be better. That's still a good one. I just felt like, I don't know, maybe it's how much time passes, but overall I just found like it's kind of like two halves really. Basically, again, spoilers for the Saga Larten Crepsley, but none of the other Shan books. Basically, in this one, Larten finally like turns his back on like him fighting the vampire world. No, I won't say it. But yeah, basically he's like, book 1 is him becoming a vampire assistant but not being too happy. Book 2 is enjoying the cubs and ending in a complete bloodbath where he massacres a ship full of people. Book 3, yeah, so basically it opens with him going off to kill himself and the child, because the child figures better, like freezing to death somewhere rather than being like slaughtered by that cannibalistic child that he met on the ship. So yeah, he decides to kill himself. Does that, he actually finds the tomb of the legendary vampires, which no vampire has ever found, throws himself to his death, but then realises at the last minute he doesn't want to die, and Des Tiny shows up and saves him, because of course he sees Larten in his plans for the future. So yeah, Larten realises he does want to live, so he takes the child back and they like find a safe place. And yeah, Larten makes it to Paris, falls in love with a human, and he meets up with Tanis Yule, like the vampire who completely shamed himself and his clan in that fight by refusing to fight the Vampanese, and basically becomes like friends with him. But in the end, yeah, that vampire is only out, looking out for himself. He effectively murders a girl rather than letting Larten kill the Vampanese, who's his enemy. And Vampanese doesn't hold it against Larten, while Larten's like for him. But yeah, basically, Yule then murders some girl to save himself and frames Larten. And yeah, Larten, Alicia, the girl he's like in love with, she's not willing to listen to what happens and basically he just leaves. Yeah, he eventually does make contact with her. Was that book 3 or book 4? God almighty, I should have done this review straight away. But yeah, basically, yeah, he eventually makes things up with her. But yeah, it's a good story. Larten but in the meantime, yeah, Larten finally realizes he can't deny who he is anymore, and willingly goes home and happily becomes a vampire. And yeah, it's a nice little story actually. How he does he decides he wants to be a vampire and go completely in. Yes, that's it. So my apologies. It is indeed this book. He makes contact with Alicia again. He explains everything. She forgives him. She's a bit older now, but turns out, yeah, she was fairly raped. So Gavner Pearl, that's the baby who Larten orphaned when he killed it. The baby killed Gavner's dad, and the mum threw herself overboard rather than be slaughtered by Larten. They escape. Sorry, what I'm thinking. No, Larten effectively raises them together, but not quite the way he should have done. Larten's just too consumed by guilt, so he doesn't properly love Gavner like he should. But yeah, he makes things up with Alicia, and then of course Gavner gets corrupted by Tanis Yule, who he sort of views as a father. Larten tracks him down, offers him a chance to duel and die honourably. He refuses. Larten lets him go, and then just has Vanger ambush him. And the book ends with Larten giving Gavner the choice to, he tells him everything, I killed your parents and you're a baby, madness, and now I've killed Tanis, if you want your revenge, take it, and gives him the knife, and it ends there. So obviously it's only book 3 of 4, so Larten's not going to die, but it's a good ending. Yeah, I just found it's a good story, Larten, and it's nice, all the historical stuff. Book 2 had the Bram Stoker Dracula book, which I'm actually finally going to read. Next time I go to the library next week, I'm going to finally pick that book up, see if it's any good. And in this one, it's like no, it's not the Empire State Building, but yeah, it's in Paris. I think the Eiffel Tower might be built, but not sure. But it's nice seeing the stuff of that time, and also the First World War, which they can't imagine anything could be worse than that. So it's good to see all the historical stuff. But I thought, yeah, Larten's just avoiding the vampire world for too long, and I just thought, really, just go for it. As one of the vampires in the previous book, for these years you must have some idea what you want to do, and he doesn't. So I suppose that's no different to not knowing what you want to do when you're an adult in real life. But you do think, oh Jesus, just get over it, go make your choice. But yeah, he does return, and it's quite nice seeing him come back. Completely honest, yeah, it's a good book. But I was just found Ton of Blood. I think it's just Oceans of Blood. I think it just kind of moved at a better pace and was just overall the better story. But it's still good. It's nice seeing more time passing, like effectively trying to live as a human again, and then becoming going back to being a vampire, but then still like going to see Alicia as a friend, not a lover anymore. But yeah, it's a good book. Definitely, I think after this reread, it's the weakest one. But yeah, nice, still fun. It's again good story, and it's nice that overall this series is only 4 books rather than 12, the Saga Down Shan and Zombie, or 10 like the Demonata. But yeah, definitely recommended. And again, if you loved Saga Down Shan, you'll love this. It is a great prequel series, no doubt about that. But yeah, so that's it. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.